Hi guys, so here's my weekly makeup diary. I'm gonna show you 7 looks that I've created over the span of like a couple of weeks. I think it's like 2, maybe 3 weeks because I don't always have time to film the little intro here and the little entry here. So, you know, but it's gonna be a collection of 7 looks. You can get inspired by it. I'm gonna show you what I use on a day-to-day basis. Some of these things might be new things that I'm currently testing. Some of these might be old that I'm trying to ban or that I'm just kind of using for the sake of using my collection and rotating my collection. And yeah, I'm gonna give you like a mini review and tell you how it went for me. So, today I decided to use the Christmas Eve palette by Odin's Eye, and I also used the Cosmic Beauty Winter Wonderland to kind of help me with the color store and just kind of make it a little bit more interesting. But I have the shade Nightfall from Christmas Eve. I also have the shade Night Sky to deepen it up, and I kind of did like a bit of a liner, but I just did that with like a fluffy small blending brush, so it's not fully sharp wink, it's just kind of diffused. I have the shade Blue Eyes on my lid, as well as the shade Blue Star, and I have the shade Wonderful on my lower lash line, because whenever I wear colors that aren't fully my color, like they don't really blend that nicely into my skin, I like to use shimmers on the top and bottom lid or like on the lower lash line to just make it a little bit more, I don't know, to just blend better. If I leave the lower lash line matte, it just kind of looks very ghosty and very sick and stuff like that. So that's just my way to kind of deal with the fact that blue isn't really my color. But that doesn't stop me from wearing it because I love blue as a color. I think it's so pretty. And in the Winter Wonderland, I used the shade Icicle to kind of blend out the previous two matte shades, and I also used Snowfall to kind of lighten it up a little bit in the inner, like, fourth or something like that. Then I have the shade Wonderland in my inner corner, and I have the shade Frost just like a little bit here to kind of make the first, I don't know, this first little bit on my lid a little bit sparklier and just a little bit nicer. I love these two together. I love my Christmas one, my Winter Wonderland palette. She's so wonderful. I still love her so much. I think today I've used her for the 60th time, so she's great. Primer is the Beauty Bay primer and the NYX glitter primer. Brows are the same as always, so I have the Brow This Way by Maybelline, and this is the 03 Blonde. The Got To Be gel, brow gel, sorry. Then the False Lashes mascara by Essence. I have this Essence White waterline pencil. I have this Suva UV Suva Hydra liner in the shade Space Panda, and I use that on my lower lash line. I don't know how well it stayed because it's been many hours since I made this look, but yeah, I just feel like again the white lashes kind of make the blue look nicer on me. Like I don't know, I feel like sometimes when I put black mascara on the lower lash line, it can be a bit too, I don't know. I just like the way it looks like now. Right now, I have these earrings that are from Beauty Moon. They're from the Ice Maiden collection. Then I have the Superstay Maybelline concealer in the shade 10. I used my Chiffon Super Shock blush from Colourpop. Let me actually take it out. It's this one. I debotted mine, and we're really, like, I have so little product left. It's amazing. I'm getting really excited about that. And then what else do we have here? I have this Svetlovka highlighter palette by Glam Shop, and this is my first time using her. And I've used the shade, oh my gosh, which shade did I use? I think it was the Yarzhenyevka. I think it's this one. Or was it? No, I'm pretty sure it was this one. And it looks stunning. It's such a gorgeous shimmer, and it's just very wet looking, iridescent, sparkly, beautiful. Like, Ooh, love this. So yeah, I just wanted blue. It's been so cold today, and I just felt like blue would be nice. And I'm really trying to pen my Christmas Eve palette and just get rid of the blue shades. And I feel like I'm getting. I feel like it's going really well. Like this shade is definitely a lot smaller than it was in the morning because you have to really dig it to get there. This one is also so much smaller, and yeah, I only have a little bit of this blue star shade. So yeah, and this pen was just teeny tiny, and now it's a lot bigger because there's just very little product left. So I'm hopeful about these, and yeah, I just really want to be able to use them up. So yeah, that's today's look, and see you tomorrow. In case you're new here, hi, my name's Sasha. I love indie makeup, I love colorful makeup, I love eyeshadows especially. Lately I've been really reviewing a lot, so hopefully you've been enjoying that. I love colorful makeup especially, so you know, if you like a little parrot looks and peacocky color stories, then this is definitely the right place for you. And in case you're new here, and you would like to stick around, I would be very happy if you would subscribe. I'm kind of trying to hit 1K by the end of the year, which I don't know if that's gonna be possible, but it would make me very happy. So in case you like to stick around, I would be very happy to have you here. So for this first look, I just kind of really wanted to play with the really vibrant colors and with some of the purples. So I started with the shade Sacrifice, which is a beautiful kind of like raspberry, something between raspberry and a plum, like in between these two, at least what I know this fruit to look like. Then I blended it out with the shade Patience underneath my brow, and also here kind of like in the middle of the crease. Then I have the shade Poison in my inner corner and in the beginning of the crease, and Necromancer, this beautiful deep green in the outer corner. It almost looks like, not fully black, but kind of like it's a beautiful deepening shade. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Then I have Ensnare in the in the second half of the lid. This one, it's just like, it goes from this pink berry to this extremely shiny gold purple, kind of almost blue. It's like, I don't know if you can see the shift. Let me maybe try to show you like I don't know if you're gonna see anything, but this is just so beautiful and so intense. Maybe you can see it now. It's just absolutely beautiful shade. And then I also have the shade Schemes, this green, kind of going into this like beautiful, I don't know, like blue, but it kind of looks grayish. I don't actually know what kind of shift that is. It's kind of really hard to capture, but it's this kind of greeny gold that turns into this like kind of champagne-y, and then I'm gonna have to try this all over the lid to see. At least let me try to swatch this one to like see it better. Yeah, like it has some blue in it, and then like this gold green, and kind of like a little bit of champagne in there as well. It's really beautiful. And it's like, I don't know, I guess it's a little bit softer than what I usually have with this type of flip in multichromes. And yeah, I just really love this look. And then I've actually decided to do like a full beat today because I have a couple things that I wanted to try. So to finish up the eye look, I used the Somona Gel Liner in 06 because it's the closest to the inner corner shade. I have the False Lashes mascara by Essence. I'm kind of running out of this one. Did I use anything else on my eyes? Oh yeah, this split liner by Glisten Cosmetics, and this one is the Warm Split Liner palette. And I use this kind of pistachio shade. because it's just perfect for this type of look. I think I just kind of, you know, wanted to use that. Then on my lips, I have the Essence of 10 Precise lip pencil in the shade Happy. It's the shade number 2. I just wanted something to like sketch out the lips, even though it doesn't fit with the lipstick, but it doesn't matter because I kind of covered it with the lipstick. But I just sometimes need to like figure out how to make my lips even, or at least somewhat even. And I have this Menagerie Velvet Liquid lipstick in the shade Luna. It's just like a perfect purpley color, and I feel like it really fits the outer part of my eye. And I wanted to make it sparkly because I have really dry lips now that I'm kind of sick. So I used this Unearthly Devour Collection lip gloss, and this one is in the shade Havoc. It's a beautiful, like, neony pinky blue with this greeny shift, so I kind of felt like it's gonna be perfect for this eye color with these type of shades. And then for the first time I was using the Catrice Aqua Splash Grip Primer, the hydrating one. I have the grip, the jelly grip or whatever it's called by Essence, and I have it here, and I decided to try this one and take it with me to my dorm for the times that I'm gonna wanna wear foundation. And this one actually is really nice. It's not too sticky, but it did actually like grip onto the foundation. And the foundation that I'm using, I decided to buy the NYX Bear With Me Blurring Tint Foundation in the shade 5 Vanilla. I didn't know if I should get the vanilla or the lighter one, and I think the vanilla works if I have a self tanner on. Like, I feel like it fits with the neck, and yes, that's what I have to do to like figure it out. But I feel like it works with the neck. But for winter, if I'm not gonna use self tanner, I think I'm also gonna get the lighter version. And actually today I should apply my self tanner because it's been a week, so like I'm the lightest now. If like, obviously in the winter, if I don't apply self tanner, I'm even lighter, but like, you know, this is kind of like my summer shade. And if I'm gonna like this, which I think I will because it's really nice, I thought because it's a blurring foundation, I kind of expected it to be self-setting, like fully self-setting. It has this like satin finish. Like, it's not fully matte dry, but it's not oily or like hydrating, right? It's not sticky. So I really like that. It doesn't really get into my lines because I have these really big lines on my forehead. Maybe you can see them. And every single foundation always gets inside. And also I usually struggle with this area between the brows, which actually it's okay. Like, it doesn't look too makeup either. And that's one of my reasons why I don't like wearing foundation, because these two areas just always look disgusting. But honestly, it doesn't look too much like I'm wearing makeup. It just kind of looks like my skin isn't as dewy as it normally is because I have kind of like combination skin. So most of the time there is a bit of shine happening. And I don't mind that. Like, it kind of looks youthful, so I don't mind that. But also sometimes you just want to wear foundation, you know. Sometimes you just want to live that fantasy. And I'm kind of funny person in this because usually I struggle with a bit of acne, and when I have any acne, I don't wear foundation because I just hate the feeling of having foundation on the acne. So I only wear foundation if I don't have any acne. I have a little bit of like redness happening on my cheeks because I always have a post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation, and it always takes me like almost a year to get rid of it in some cases. So yeah, but now I just wanted to try this, and I think this one could be really nice because I don't like looking too dry and matte, but I also hate hydrating foundations because they separate on me, they look disgusting, and I hate like touching my cheeks with my hands or with obviously my hair, touching it and sticking to it. It's so disgusting. I'm literally like, I have shivers down my spine. It's disgusting. So I think this could be really nice. I like that it's like a small little sleek packaging that you can always carry with you. It's 30 milliliters, I think. Yeah, 30 milliliters, which honestly, I am someone who doesn't really wear foundation. If I have foundation like once or twice a month, and that's like good months. So sometimes I try to wear it more for these videos to just kind of, I don't know, like serve the full beat. But in my normal life, when I'm working, I never wear foundation. So honestly, I only wear foundation on the weekends if I know I'm not going anywhere, because I just can't bother with just dealing with foundation and always being kind of like, is it gonna look okay? Is it separating throughout the day? Is it like, am I getting older each minute just by, you know, with this with like the foundation settling in my lines and stuff like that. It just kind of, I feel like I don't have to worry about that without the foundation, and I'm just used to seeing myself without foundation, so it's not a problem for me to be that way. I actually applied this foundation with my little powder puff. This is just like from Shein, but lately I've been really into using this for foundations and tints, because I decided not to use beauty blenders of any kind anymore, because I feel like you can never fully wash them, and I always get acne afterwards. Even if it's a brand new one, I always get acne afterwards. So I decided not to use them anymore, but foundation never looks good on me with a brush. I don't know, maybe I just haven't found the right brush, but it just always looks eh. And it takes me forever to use it, and it always separates, and it always like streaks, and I don't want to use my fingers, because I'm clumsy, and I would get the foundation all over my like clothes and furniture and everything. So I need a tool, and these powder puffs has been amazing. Like, I feel like every single time I use them, everything looks very kind of satin nice and just beautiful. So, and you can always wash them. I always throw them in the washing machine, since I'm wearing makeup like twice a month max. And then on the rest of my face, I have the this, how is it called, Essence Baby Got bronzer in the shade Cinnamon Spice. Yes, Cinnamon Spice. I love this cute little one. I actually used this one like 10 times, 15 times maybe, which is a lot for me, because I pretty much never wear bronzers. I never have time and energy to use them. And I always feel like you should do like a full beat if you're gonna wear bronzer, otherwise like kind of it feels like a lot without the full beat. Then I have my Glamlight and Scooby Doo blush duo palette, and I used the Daphne shade because I haven't used pink blush in forever. Well, I do use the shade Chiffon by Colourpop a lot, but that one is kind of like a pink to peach multi-chrome sparkly blush, so I don't always really count it as like a pink blush. And I have something in my eye, oh my god. But yeah, I just decided to use this one to like change it up a bit, because I've been using the chiffon literally like 6 days a week, so it's just kind of boring for me, and I want to use what I've had here, because I've been at my dorm for 2 weeks in a row and I haven't been here for a while, so I just wanted to use some of the things that are always stationed here. And then I also have the Electron Cosmetics Daydreamer palette, and I decided to use the shade Dreamer. I don't use this one a lot, but it's kind of like a marbled highlighter that has the purple, green and gold marble happening, and I just felt like it really fits this look. This one is the most sparkliest. This one is the sparkliest, and I don't know, it can be a lot for like everyday look, but I just decided to really use or like really enjoy the fact that I did a full face of makeup, and I love this, and I love the lips, by the way. Yeah, I really like this look. I think it's so fun. I just love this. It's like a perfect Halloween eye look, and I love this. Okay, so here is the finished second look with the Harvest of Souls palette. I kind of focused on the like cool tones in this palette, so I have the shade Undead as the beginning shade, the Knowledge as like the main outer shade, Ancient on my lower lash line, and then the two shimmers is Souls and Immortality. So gorgeous, like genuinely extremely gorgeous. I love these blue tones. Like, both of these shimmers are so gorgeous and what looking. Like, especially the shade Souls. It looks like mermaid's tears. Like, I kind of morbid, but yeah, like it's so gorgeous, so beautiful. I don't know how well you will be able to see that because the lighting is kind of weird right now. But yeah, it's so beautiful. I think these tones are exactly what I wanted the Siren Sunset palette by Lunar Beauty from last year to be like. So yeah, I mean, wow. So far, like the mattes were amazing. The shimmers obviously are just everything. The shade Knowledge had a bit of a kick up in the pan, but like I wasn't really struggling with any fallout or anything like that. So I think it's just, you know, a little bit of a kick up in the pan. Today's look is super simple because I just really don't have much time. But I used the Salmon Gel Liner in the shade 7. It's a beautiful light blue that I just love. I have the False Lashes Mascara by Essence, Kind and Free Concealer by Rimmel. This is the shade 10. And I used these two primers, so the Wet n Wild Michaela's primer and the NYX glitter primer, and that's everything that I'm wearing today. So yeah, still really happy with this one and can't wait to play with these like warm grungy tones. I think we haven't used these two, this one, this, and this, if I remember that correctly, and I think that could be a really beautiful look. I'm definitely super happy to play with these shades, and I still haven't swatched this palette, by the way. Like, I'm gonna do that maybe after the last look. Do not really give myself some ideas before I'll actually test it out, but so far, absolutely wonderful palette. Hey guys, so here is the last look in my review video of the Harvest of Souls, sorry, palette by Fantasy Cosmetica. This is how the palette looks like. It's absolutely gorgeous. Today I used the shade Ambition, Lich, I think that's how you pronounce that, and Phylactery. So I have the kind of mustardy shade under the brows and in the inner part. Then as a main crease shade I have the Lich, and then the kind of bluish deep shade in the outer part and a little bit on the lower lash line together with the shade Ambition. And then as shimmers I use the shade Obsession, which is amazing. It's this extremely vibrant, almost yellowy green that goes into this blue grayish color. Stunning. And then I also have the shade Eternal that is kind of like pink purple with so many different shifts. It's just stunning shade. And here's kind of like a close-up. Like, honestly, these two are just insane. Like, I love the shift. I mean, look at this. It's truly wonderful. And I really love the Fantasy Cosmetica formula because they have really nice formulations, I would say. And I've had such a wonderful time both with the mattes and the shimmers. They're just wonderful. For the rest of my face, I use the same primers and brows as always. So I have NYX Glitter Primer, Wet n Wild, Mega Last, sorry, this way, the Brow This Way by Maybelline and Got To Be Brow Gel, Rimmel Concealer, the Kind and Free Concealer in the shade 10. Then this Essence False Lashes Mascara. Then I have my Streamline Eyeliner by Revolution. This one is in the shade Yellow. It's a beautiful neon shade that I just love. I've used this Aqua Grip Primer by Catrice under my eyes to use it under the concealer. And then as a blush, I have this V Cosmetics orange blush in the shade Seduction. It's a gorgeous blush. It's in my Shop My Stash for this month, and I love orange blushes. They're kind of like an obsession of mine, and I think it looks really pretty. And then for highlighters, since it's probably the last time this month that I have time to use these because I'm gonna be at the dorm again during the next weekend, it's the Daydreamer highlighter palette, and I've used the shade Manifest. It's like beautiful greenish highlighter to just like fit this look. I just love how these shades blend and work together. I love the color story of this and like the options that you have in here. I love that you have kind of more like a kind of this very beautiful autumn color story, then these like icy shades, these beautiful purples. I love that you kind of have like quads here, and then also like the rows are really fun and the columns as well. Like you can kind of go any way you like. I love this column, like I'm sorry, but this one is gorgeous. This one also wonderful. This one as well. I love this row also really pretty. So yeah, you can do quads, you can do rows, you can do columns. There's some really nice color stories. I love the way this is set up. Love that these are magnetic. Love that this is a kind of like colorful palette. I've been looking at the 9 pans and I kind of feel like the most of what I wanted from the 9 pan palettes that they came out before, like the Druid, the Bard, the I don't know, Mage, was that one of those, or Warlock or something. The shades I kind of wanted, or like the parts of the color stories that I really liked in those, are kind of all here. So I feel like I'm very happy that I waited. I feel like I got the best of this. And yeah, now that I look at it, maybe I should use some kind of lipstick. I'm kind of wondering, should I do green or I'm gonna do brown. I haven't worn this. Well, I probably worn it like 2 weeks ago, but I just love this shade. This is Menagerie Velvet Lipstick. Is that how it's called? Velvet liquid lipstick. And it's in the shade Teddy Bear. Just such a beautiful brown shade, and I love the texture of these. I definitely want to get more of them in the future. So yeah, added the Teddy Bear lipstick, and I love her. I hope I'm gonna have a lot of time to use her. Hi guys, so here's a second look with the Ice Maiden palette. Today I used the Arctic Ice and Friction as the matte shades. Then I have Sugar Plum in the outer corner. It's a beautiful deep blue purple. Then I have the shade Ice Maiden on the rest of the lid. It's a beautiful purpley pink. And I have the shade Glacial in my inner corner and also a little bit in the center, because I noticed that it's kind of like a holochrome shade. And especially when I move around, like the sparkle on the eye, it looks like stars. Like if you put it on top of the Sugar Plum, it's like a star sky. Like it's amazing. And yeah, that's it for this palette. I've added a bit of the Eden highlighter. I'm gonna wear another shade, another eye look today in a couple hours, so I just didn't want it to do the full face since I'm gonna be taking it off. But this one is kind of like a blue green, like kind of seafoamy green minty color. I've tried this lip gloss on its own. It is very pink blue. It's a very interesting gloss. Like I think it's really cool. I don't really like having pink lips. It just doesn't work for me. But I feel like if you have like darker skin tone, like it could look really fun. But yeah, it's just not for me. I have this old Suva Space Panda Hydra liner. I just kind of wanted to have a white liner. I love using white liner with my with blue eyeshadows. Then I have this So Manager liner number 10 pencil. This one is kind of like metallic blue, kind of like light blue. It's not that visible on the eyes, if I'm being completely honest, and I kind of forgotten about that. But yeah, where are all my... Here it is. I have the same mascara as before and Kind & Free concealer by Rimmel. And that's kind of all. I've had wonderful time with this look. The shade Friction, it's a bit drier in the pan, and like its swatch is amazing, like it's so pigmented, but I had to kind of layer it quite a bit to get the opacity. Maybe it's just that it doesn't really want to stick to the Arctic Ice shade. Maybe I should have used the darker one first. I don't really know. I'm gonna have to try that out at some point. But I just noticed that it's a bit like drier and like grittier texture when you swatch it and when you use it. But I love the shade Glacial, like it is so gorgeous, so extremely gorgeous. The shade Sugar Plum as well, Ice Maiden, it's such a wonderful shade, especially if you're prone to creasing, like you're not gonna get creases in this, I think. And yeah, it's such a gorgeous, gorgeous eye look. Let me try to find this thing. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see the sparkle of the shade Glacial in the center of the lid, but it is so gorgeous. I am so extremely happy that I bought this palette. It is amazing. So, and I think that's everything. And I've used the same primer as yesterday because I don't have anything else here. But yeah, that's it for today. Hi guys. Hi guys, so here's the last look with the Ice Maiden palette. I've had such a great time with her. Love all the shades that you get in this one. Today I used the Empress, I think. Yes, Empress. Kind of all over the lid, and then a little bit of Fever in the outer part to just kind of have a little bit of depth there. It's not like you can see the black too much, but it just adds like a little bit of structure to the look. It would look very different without it. Then I have Eggnog on the outer half, and then also a little bit in the half of the lower lash line. I have Superior in the first half of the lid, and then I have the shade In Power on the in the inner corner, a little bit on the lower lash line, connecting it to the previous shade. And I used just teeny bit of Snowden just in the absolute inner corner, to just have like a little bit of brightness happening. And this look looks like I've used the Muse palette by Cosmic Brushes. But it's so beautiful. I love the two shimmers together. I kind of want to use these two with like more purple crease, maybe like using the Arctic Eyes, then this Friction and the black shade, maybe these three and then these two shimmers. I kind of want to try that because I think that could look so gorgeous, or even like brighter purple. But yeah, like this color story is so gorgeous. I need to try this shade all over the lid because it is a holochrome. It doesn't have too much hollow in it, but it's so beautiful. It's kind of like a light grayish silver going into light blue with these kind of goldy speckles. It looks so pretty. I need to try that all over the lid. Yeah, I love this. For the rest of the look, so I have the same primers as before. On my lips, I have this Harley Quinn Essence Jelly Lipstick in the shade, I think, Gotham Glam. Is that? yes, Gotham Glam. Then on my lower lash line, or like in my waterline, I have this Revolution Streamline eyeliner in the shade Hot Pink. Just, I don't know, I haven't used this one in a while, so I wanted to try it again. Then the Kind & Free Concealer, as always, Chiffon Super Shag Blush by Colourpop. And then I used the shade Worship from the highlighter collection with Philip. And this one is stunning. I don't know if you will be able to see that, but it's kind of like, almost like bluish white that shifts to this gorgeous, gorgeous gold. I don't know if you can see. It's kind of like orangey, reddish gold. It's stunning. I have that on my cheeks. And yeah, like these two, like the blush with this, such a perfect combo. I love the way that they look together. And then I have the same mascara as before. Hey guys, so here's another weekly look. And sorry, my hair is just kind of crazy and everywhere, but I just decided to do like a very, very simple green look. And I just used my Project Pan palettes today. I haven't filmed this look because it's just a very basic look, and you know, but I used my regular brow products that I use every single time, so the Brow This Way and the Got to Be gel. I have the Beauty Bay eyeshadow primer, the NYX glitter primer. I have my Oden's Eye Earth mini eyeshadow palette. I've used all of the shades that are left in the palette, so I have the Nostalgia, Past, and Luxury. And I think I'm gonna call the Luxury Used Up because I only have like a little bit of product inside the like in the little corners, but it is so hard to get there, and it falls out of the pan. Like whatever I've tried to pick up today, it was so hard to pick up because everything just kind of fell out of the packaging, and I can't really put my finger there because it's so hard to get it. It's so hard to like get the product out of these corners, and if I do, I kind of get it on this little area right underneath my nail, and I can't really like put it on my eyes if I'm being honest with you. So, and because it's a darker shade, like I'm just, and I'm not gonna use small brush for that because it's so hard to, like it would take me forever. Like if this was in the corner shade, sure, but for a dark shade like that, just so hard. I tried to use some of it on my lower lash line when I kind of found out it's super hard to use in the outer corner or like in the outer part of the lid, but I still don't think that it's like, it's just too, I don't know, like it's jelly, but it's also really like together. And when you try to take something, if you try to take anything on your brush, it just kind of shatters everywhere, and it's really hard to use now. And yeah, I think I'm gonna call this one quits because it's just, there's no point. Like it's so hard, and I usually use these palettes when I'm in a hurry in the morning. I'm not gonna spend 20 minutes fighting with one stupid eyeshadow. Like it's just, I like this eyeshadow. It's so beautiful. It's kind of like deep army green going into like blue almost, and in some lights, but it's a very deep army green. And I love this shade, but it's just, I've used it up so many times, and I've used it so many times, and it's just, it's had its time to shine. And then the next palette that I've used was the Merry Christmas palette, also from Uden's Eye. And yesterday evening, or like night, I decided to repress this shade, this shade, and this shade to just be able to use it better because there was such a huge pan, and it's been kind of hard to again just like pick it up with a brush, especially these two, because I also use them as highlighters, and the highlighter brush is a little bit bigger than a regular eyeshadow brush, and it's just been really, really hard. So yeah, yeah, I just decided to do that. It didn't really help too much because the snowman shade, there was so little of it that even though I was able to repress it successfully and was like covered, the pan was covered. Today when I used it, I have it in my inner corner and also as a highlighter. It completely shattered from one side. Like I've used all of the product on my face, but a lot of it also shattered. And there's just like itty bitty layer on this bottom side, but that's it. So I don't think this has more than like maybe 4 uses in it, especially if I'm gonna use it as a highlighter on the face. And then it's just gonna shatter because it's kind of flaky and it's hard to use. And I also use the shade Best Wish to lighten up the previous shades. And I have the shade Jingle Bell on my lid. It's a wonderful shade. I love this green. And then I also have the shade Gingerbread mixed in with my Essence All About Matte powder to make it into a blush. And I also use the shade Hot Cocoa. I scraped a little bit, put it in this empty pan, and put a little bit of how's it called? Inglot the Duraline, I think it's how it's called. Yes, this little mixing medium that will turn any eyeshadow into like a liquid liner, but you have to have darker shadows. You can't use this with like pastels or anything. It's not gonna work. So yeah, I have that. And did I use anything else from eyeshadow? I think this is all the eyeshadows that I've used. This shade is like, I think the pan has become so much bigger today, and I love that because like I do use a lot of that shade whenever I use it. I think that's kind of like the reason why it's so easy to use this one up because I use so much. Because I just love that shade and it's just really beautiful and it looks wonderful. So yeah, that's for this look. And then I have the Superstay Concealer by Maybelline. I have this double-ended eyeliner, and this one is just like from a basic drugstore brand. I don't even know if you know this or not. And I use the lighter part, but it's not really all that visible at this point. I've worn this look for like more than 12 hours now, so it's, yeah. Then I have the False Lashes mascara and the Udens Eye and Angelica lipstick from the Hella collection. This one is the Shine Lip Gloss in the shade Spectral. I really like this shade. It's a very beautiful, it kind of looks mauvey on the applicator, but whenever I use it, it kind of looks more kind of browny pink. That's all that I have on. I'm gonna show you a little bit of close-up, but as I said, I've already worn this look for many hours, and it's kind of starting to, separate a little bit on the lower lash line, and there's like a lot of fallout. Or like just, I always do like this with the eyelashes, eventually in the evening because I just get tired. So yeah, I think this look is really pretty. I don't know what my hair are doing today, but it's beyond that. That's beside the point. And did I forgot anything? I think these are all the products that I've used today. By the way, I just want to mention the Essence All About Matte powder that I've been using. I've been actually using it a lot lately to mix it with the gingerbread shade and make it into my blush. And I think you can see in the middle there's like a there's like a stain on the pan. That's how much I've used up on at the beginning of the year. And here's how it looks like now. Like I've actually used a lot of the product, especially if you consider that the pan kind of you don't just use the little piece, but also like all the width of the pan. So yeah, like I'm super happy. I don't know what I'm gonna do with the rest of the powder for next year, but I definitely have a couple of ideas of what we could accomplish with this. It just, it makes me happy. I've already used this one like, I don't know, 160 times, I think, maybe more. I don't actually remember. And there's still so much. There's still so much. Like I think I'm like halfway there. And this one was super inexpensive, obviously. So like it's just it's a good powder. I kind of like it. Like it's not heavy. It's not. It doesn't how you call it. Like it doesn't look bad in photos. Some powders kind of flash, or I don't know. Like sometimes when you have certain powders and you use a flashlight or anything, they will look completely white or silver on you, and they will show on camera. So this one doesn't do that, and I like that because that's just one of the things that I don't want to be thinking about when buying powder, especially since I don't powder my face. And it's only when like my foundation doesn't work, and that usually is a reason for me to declare set foundation, because I just don't like to powder my face. But yeah, that's it for today. See you tomorrow.